talk
There's
about Todd
tremendous
Blanchard.
evidence. There's nothing
What's
but
not been
evidence. The
presented
election
in a
was
court of
rigged.
law.
It was a dirty election.
Mr.
And it's
President,
happening again right now
you've
in
never
California.
presented evidence
It's happening
that the
right
2020
now in
election
California.
was rigged.
Right now, it's look at what's
Where's
happening
the
in
evidence
California.
to that?
It's
The
4
Republicans
days.
are doing well in
California. It's no, they're not. They're dropping fast because it's a rigged election. Let me tell you.
All right, here we go. So I told you guys I will keep you guys updated with everything happening in California, especially this mayoral election in Los Angeles. And we got bad news, man. And I told you guys not to celebrate. I told you guys stay on your heels. The only one that is most likely going to make it out of this, and I mean by like out of this, like the mail-in ballots and everything, is probably going to be Steve Hilton. We are keeping track of that. But right now, the decision desk is confirming that Bass and Raman will be the ones heading into the runoff. Spencer Pratt has officially been eliminated. It is official, ladies and gentlemen. He is out. Spencer Pratt, for a very good race. I think he won. I think he really, 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 really did win. But she has been granted that the decision desk has officially put her. They now projected her to be the clear second place finisher, and I've been kind of keeping you guys updated with all of this. This is BS. It's actually devastating in my opinion because we've been keeping track of this. We had a lot of high hopes for Los Angeles. A lot of people came out to vote for Spencer Pratt, but of course the election that happened on June 2nd. We are now on June 7th, and now you can't tell me otherwise. And look, Trump has called this out. We got actions for Trump. So we have devastating news on this, but we have a huge announcement from President Trump that has gone viral. Trump just went scorched earth on California's elections, then walks off interview because he is pretty much saying they are rigging this election. They are rigging it. This is all fake. This is just like 2020. What is happening? We also have the first United States attorney in California coming out and actually confirming that there are voter fraud cases, that voter fraud is actually happening in Los Angeles. We also have the Supreme Court who is supposed to rule in the favor of banning postmarked election mail-in ballots. So we have a lot of things going on with the DOJ and the Supreme Court supposed to be stepping in. But something big is happening in politics. And unfortunately, I hate to bring you guys this news, but here is Trump breaking the internet. Trump makes a huge announcement about Spencer Pratt and the future of elections. And he's going off because he's pissed off. He already saw the writing on the wall. He saw the percentages. He saw how many mail-in ballots were still left to be counted. And now the decision desk has made the official opinion on this. Before we continue, if you guys need help with Medicare and anything that has to do with trying to navigate a very complicated system, I partnered up with Chapter. Please make sure to go check them out. If you need any information, I know you guys have a lot of questions about Medicare. My mom's on Medicare. You're on Medicare, and you're planning. If you're overpaying, if you have the right plan, they will help you understand everything. And there's a lot of people in this chat right now watching this video that are saving thousands of dollars. So please stop the video, call the number on the screen, or click the link down below. Ask them everything you need to know. Ask Chapter. All right, here we go.
What they did to the lives of people, they destroyed people. They sent people to jail who did nothing wrong.
Just to be very clear, there's no evidence of what you're saying. But let me ask you about Todd Blanchard.
Listen to me.
Let's talk
There's
about Todd
tremendous evidence. There's nothing but evidence.
The
election was rigged. It was a dirty election.
Mr.
And it's
President,
happening again right now in
never
California.
Presented evidence.
It's happening
the
right now in California.
Right
now, it's look at what's
Where's
happening in
the evidence
California.
to that?
It's
the
4
Republicans
days.
are doing well in
California. It's no, they're not. They're dropping fast because it's a rigged election. Let me tell you, it's 4 days, and they aren't even close to coming up with.
That's how they count.
You know why they're doing that? Because they're cheating on the election.
Do you have evidence to support
all
that?
I have to do is look. All I have to do is look.
That's not evidence.
And I listen to people. And let's see what happens.
But sir, that's not evidence.
Do you think it's appropriate?
That's how they count the votes.
Do you think it's appropriate that they have an election and 5 days later they're nowhere close to picking a winner?
State and local officials acknowledge they are slow. They're urgent.
She doesn't have a problem with that. Trump is right here. I don't care what anybody has to say about Trump, his critics, whatever. Right now in this conversation, he is correct. Do you think that is right? This is how they count their votes. They have a very slow system. That is a third world. She is making it to be that we are supposed to be okay with all of this happening. And now because of this, all of a sudden, we just get the news. We get the news that the election is over. That this woman who was just crying a few days ago, right? Actually, not even a few days ago, almost a week ago, was crying that she had lost the election. She was accepting that to be a fact.
No, they're crooked.
They're urging the votes to be counted quickly. That's how they vote in California.
They're crooked, just like you're crooked. Your press is crooked, and Meet the Press is crooked.
To be fair, I'm not crooked, but let's
really.
Let's
well,
continue.
You play right into their hands.
Let's continue.
You're either crooked or you're stupid.
You
play right into their hands with this rep. You know that these elections are rigged. Your network knows that they're rigged. You know that I won an election in a landslide, and I got 94% bad press.
But Mr. President,
you know why I got that? Because you have no credibility.
But you've never presented evidence that it was rigged. Let's keep talking about. I want to talk about Todd.
So she wants to make that stupid correction as if Trump is going to eventually end up walking off. He is telling her right to her face. There he is. By the way, the mic, he did grab the mic. He threw it on the floor. That's the mic right there at the bottom. And then he steps on the mic. I don't think he did that intentionally. He taps her and says, I'm done with you. I'm done with this. And now we have the actual results. Trump was actually right about what was happening. And the decision that we got just now, many people don't even know. They thought that Spencer Pratt won. Many people were celebrating, not me. I knew what was happening. I was looking at the polls. I was looking at the betting markets. I was looking at where the money was going and how many days afterward can they count and how many votes were still missing. Steve Hilton is projected to go and make it into the runoff to have a surviving chance. But Becerra, he got a lot of votes. Tom Steyer got a lot of votes days after the election was over. So I want to play this video here. Because this was her crying. She thought she lost. She thought it was over. And now she's a winner. I want you guys to take a listen to this.
Los Angeles is the most magical city in the entire world. Win or lose, I am so proud to be an Angelino, and I'm so grateful to call this extraordinary city my home.
So she was crying, and that was literally the same day that she thought she lost. She was crying because at that moment she was accepting the fact that she lost. There's no way that she could win. Ladies and gentlemen, she won. She's in second place. She's going into the runoff. Spencer Pratt is out. This is devastating news. This is literally happening right now. I'm just as shocked as a lot of people here listening to this. But this is the Save America Act. Like, this is it. Moments ago, Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass for re-election campaign issued the following statement. We look forward to winning a contest against an opponent who allows encampments near schools and fights against hiring more cops, yet is MIA on saving Hollywood. I don't even... Moments after the new numbers came in showing Nithya Raman edging ahead of Spencer Pratt for second place, Mayor Karen Bass's campaign issued a statement referring to Raman, her general election opponent, seemingly ruling out Spencer Pratt at this moment. And then she's taking the Spencer Pratt approach by calling her a woman that allows encampments outside of schools. The Democrats are taking, this is breaking news right now. Mayor Karen Bass has now ruled out Spencer Pratt is done. She says, we look forward to running against Nithya Raman while using Spencer Pratt's line against Nithya Raman, which is who allows encampments near schools, fights against hiring more cops. I mean, you can't make this stuff is unbelievable. This stuff is crazy. And like I told you guys, there was a huge announcement. California is blocking a federal audit in its voter rolls. This is coming from Asaley, the first attorney, United States Attorney Bill Asaley. California allows first-time voters to register using forms of ID that most Americans would find surprising. I told you guys, Trump, the DOJ, and Harmy Dillon, they're fighting through. They're trying to get through. We have the Supreme Court about to make a decision that I spoke about earlier on one of my videos yesterday about when it comes to postmarked an election. That is from a Mississippi case. But this is him talking about voter rolls and an audit that they're not, allowing him to see This is permitted when a voter fails to provide a social security number or driver's license at registration or office believes. Our office, he says, believes that this policy deserves a closer look. We also have serious concerns about California maintains its voter rolls. There are open questions about whether the state is promptly removing deceased voters, people who have moved, and individuals convicted or of disqualifying felonies. On top of that, California allowed third parties to collect and turn in ballots on voters' behalf. So this is all about ballots. Harmeet Dillon, who is the assistant AG, sent California a letter explaining our legal authority. California refused to comply, claiming the state privacy laws blocked the review, and an argument that does not hold up because those laws don't apply to federal government in this context. We've sued California in federal court, and the case is before the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. So they have a case ongoing. What are they afraid of? Here's something else, though. California elections are a joke. A woman was just federally charged. This is what Bill Saley was also talking about. Charged by the DOJ for paying homeless people on Skid Row to register to vote. She literally handed out cash to secure registrations using fake addresses. And this is just one person who got caught, right? So we have a lot going on. There is a lot of big news moving forward. But what's going to happen with Spencer Pratt? I know Spencer Pratt right now, he is talking about maybe taking legal action. Spencer Pratt responds after Nithya Raman wins a massive portion of the latest mail-in ballot votes. This was just yesterday before she got declared the second place winner and he gets eliminated. He says that this is a worldwide embarrassment. This is not how any American elections should be ran. This is devastating, in my opinion. Here's what Spencer Pratt had to say just earlier today. Remember, everyone, we are still in the lead and we've got all the way to July 6th to keep counting. They're not the only ones who know where to find votes. So he apparently is coming out laughing at this and saying that this is all a joke. The fact that you have all the way to July 6th to keep on counting until you find enough votes to declare her the winner. Guys, it's in your face. It's happening right directly in the faces of everyday Americans. Trump is literally going off on Kristen Welker, walking off the interview saying that, hey, my election was rigged. You're watching an election get rigged in real time, but yet you guys have no questions about it. This is how, and the response is always, well, this is how elections are. This is how California is. This is how they count their votes. And it's pretty wild to hear that, because that's a crazy statement to say, to think that it sounds normal. Like, oh, this is just the way it goes. It's not the way it should go. That's why Trump has introduced the Save America Act to basically not make everyone eligible for postmarked ballots, for mail-in ballots. That should be only for a few selective individuals who actually can't make it to election day voting. But most people can make it to election day voting, and they should be voting on election day. Is this a way that California maintains its stance, maintains its power, maintains its blue? Is that what's going on here? Investigations are taking place right now. Harmeet Dillon, Bill Saley, a lot of things are happening. Trump is making huge announcements. We have the Supreme Court, again, this Mississippi ruling. Let me actually go to what I was talking about yesterday, because this was exactly what we were talking about just yesterday, of the core idea of what it was that we were talking about with the Supreme Court and this. Let me see if I can find it here. Okay, so here it is. Showing you guys yesterday, Supreme Court poised to strike down California's mail-in ballot. Yes, the case Watson v. Republican National Committee. The Supreme Court is reviewing whether the federal law, which sets election day as Tuesday after the first Monday in November, allows states to count mail-in ballots that are postmarked by election day but arrive after election day. So that is a huge argument. There are oral arguments being made. They are poised to strike down on this. Will this have any effect on the future of Spencer Pratt? What is about to happen? I honestly don't know. But one thing I do know is that I just know that DOJ is moving in. People are moving in. If this ruling does happen, is there a chance for a recall to do a re-election? I'm honestly not sure. But I like I said, I'm at a loss for words from what we are seeing here with Spencer Pratt. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure to smash the like button, call chapter. I'll see you guys on the next one.